Hi, I'm Tiffany Sage with Group 4. Today my team and I will be presenting on Tesla's Model 3 production bottlenecks and their turnaround plan when expectation meets reality. A brief overview of our presentation. We will be briefly discussing the original production, design, and demand of the Model 3. We'll talk about what actually happened, some of the bottlenecks they experienced in 2017, and some of the cash flow issues. And then we'll talk about how the investors and the consumers started to react to some of these delays in mass production. And we'll focus our presentation on the turnaround plan. What has Tesla done to be able to ramp up the production in second quarter 2018?
This report will discuss a brief history of Tesla and will go into some detail regarding their newest vehicle, the Model 3 sedan. Topics include production and cash flow issues, workplace and production issues, plans to reverse negative trends, and consumer and investor reactions. The history of Tesla. In July of 2003, Tesla is co-founded by Elon Musk, Martin Eberhard, and Mark Tarpenning in San Carlos, California. In March of 2008, Tesla debuts its first car, named the Tesla Roadster. In October of 2008, Elon Musk takes over as CEO of Tesla. In June of 2010, Tesla launches its IPO, raising $226 million in capital. And finally, in May of 2018, U.S. customers begin taking delivery of the Model 3 sedan.
Tesla's Model 3 is their affordable mid-size luxury sedan to compete with the Audi A4, BMW 3 Series, and the Mercedes C-Class. It's a more affordable luxury sedan starting about $35,000 with an all-electric battery to go about 210 miles per battery life. With performance package add-ons, they can take the battery life to 320 miles, and the cost goes up to about $69,000. Within the first week that consumers could put down a deposit on the Model 3, there were 325,000 deposits just in 1 week. By third quarter 2017, Tesla had estimated to be able to produce 5,000 cars a week. However, in the third quarter 2017, they only produced 260 cars. By fourth quarter 2017, they only produced 2,425 vehicles, delivering 1,500. By first quarter 2018, they were able to produce 9,766 vehicles. But you see, in the second quarter 2018, they were able to ramp up production significantly to 28,578 vehicles and delivering about a little over 18,000 of those vehicles. They were able to ramp up production through a few methods that my teammate will be talking about next. Thank you so much.
So where is Tesla now? At this stage in its life, the company is experiencing major issues. The first of which is the Model 3's production line bottleneck. The new model, which is supposed to be for the mass market, is not meeting its production goals, and this is causing severe headaches for the company. There are also major cash flow issues. There are also safety complaints and possible workplace violations that have been leveled against Tesla by government safety agencies as well as whistleblowers. And there are also investor concerns about three of the points that I listed above that have led to a downtrend in the company's stock. And I'll go into that in more detail on the next slide. Now, Tesla's original production goal for the Model 3 at the end of 2017 was 2,000 cars produced at an average of about 1,500 per week. By the end of December 27th, by December 2017, the total produced ended up being a paltry 2,425, well short of the 20,000 goal. And there are many reasons for this. The complicated engineering required in each Model 3 Tesla vehicle slowed down the production process and bogged down the production line. And there's also a criticism that's being leveled against Tesla about its over-reliance on automation on its production line. Almost everything is handled by robots with human intervention very minimal. Now, this might not be an issue for some companies, but for a small company like Tesla, who's trying to break into the larger mass-produced automobile market, that is an issue, and it has bogged down production. And as a result of that, the quarterly output is lower, much lower than estimated. And with more than 450,000 pre-orders, these numbers just will not do for the company. Cash flow issues. This is a very serious and burning concern for Tesla, because they're burning through $1 billion per quarter, and at that rate they will be out of money within the next 2 quarters because they only have $2 billion in reserves as of the second quarter of 2018. They're also $12 billion in debt, which for a company of its size is a big warning flag for investors and suppliers. And to show just how desperate they are to raise capital, they are asking suppliers to refund money to them that they had already paid out. This, of course, is not giving investors a lot of confidence in the company's ability to turn the corner. And one of the other things they've done to resolve their cash flow issue is 9% layoff of their total workforce, which is a lot of layoffs. And the company has spun this as a way to reorganize and be more efficient, but in actuality, the company is saying that it needs money, it needs to raise capital, and the easiest way to raise capital is to cut costs. And they're cutting costs by laying off staff, and they're trying to raise capital by asking suppliers to refund money. Tesla also happens to have one of the worst injury rates per 100 employees within the auto industry. And this has created enough of a concern that the California Division of Occupational Safety and Health, OSHA, and the Security Exchange Commission have launched investigations into the company to ascertain as to why there are so many injuries and if proper safety precautions and procedures are being followed. Now, this is because of a couple of whistleblowers have actually come out and voiced their concerns about the conditions within the company's factories and how they see the increased automation of the production line leading to more injuries due to employees not being properly trained. This is becoming a major public relations issue for them, and also a possible issue that could lead to more government oversight, fines, and maybe even closing down 1 or 2 of their factories, citing safety concerns.
A turnaround plan to Tesla's issue on producing more Model 3 vehicles would be to open up more manufacturing facilities and set realistic goals to hit every week. Opening more facilities to mass produce these models would help to hit their goals and get more models out. Ways to fix the cash flow issues is to sell big parts of the company to new investors, partner with another large car company, or sell Elon Musk's solar panel company to bring in more money to produce more Model 3 vehicles. Manufacturing should also not be fast enough where mechanical and safety issues arise from poor braking controls reported by consumers. Ways to resolve these consumer report issues is to improve the Model 3 brake fix, ride quality and wind noise concerns, and improve the vehicle's controls.
Lastly, we would like to cover how consumer demand and investors have reacted to Tesla's original plan, actual rollout, and its proposed fixes. Tesla has what some would call a cult-like following that regardless of production issues and continual delays in delivery, consumers are still on board and demand keeps increasing. The Model 3 is Tesla's first mass-market vehicle. In August of 2017, there were 455,000 reservations. This is an average of 1,800 reservations per day. The cost of the vehicle is $35,000, which is just the basic model. While upgraded, configurations can run roughly around $50,000. The available features and technology of the model have drawn in consumers. The Model 3 is dependable, fast, and attractive, and they have yet to unveil the interior to the Model 3, which keeps the mystery and the consumer intrigued. The Model 3 appeals to the green movement with environmental benefits. Tesla is looked at to be the future of cars. One concern some consumers do have is that the electrical vehicle rebate for Tesla is nearing expiration, which could be bad for some of those who have been waiting for quite some time. While consumers continue to see Musk as a visionary for Tesla, it seems to be a different story when it comes to the investors. There definitely seems to be a bit more skepticism. Wall Street has low expectations about production. Musk has failed to meet dozens of projections over the years, with blown deadlines becoming a hallmark of Musk's tenure, and he has quite a backlog of demand waiting to be fulfilled. Cash burn. Tesla is not turning a profit and has never shown an annual profit in the 15 years since it has been founded. Big investors are starting to lose patience. Tesla's second largest shareholder sold off 33% of shares in third quarter of 2017. A hefty debt payment is due in 2018 and 2019. The yields are too low to offset the risks of lending to a business in early growth stages. The company has to pay back $1.3 billion in debt that comes due later this year and again in early 2019. And to do so while covering its expenses, it will have to raise or borrow $2 billion. Tesla engages in burst builds, causing burst rates, which is how it estimates how many cars it is capable of building over long periods of time. These will not continue to be sustainable. The competition is also heating up. Chevy Bolt tallied in at 23,000 sales to come in close behind Model S at 27,000 in just 2018. Bob Lutz, the former vice chairman of General Motors, who has 50 years experience under his belt, says, "I just don't see anything about Tesla that gives me any confidence that business can survive. It hasn't delivered a thing except increasingly negative cash flow and an increasing lack of profitability with more and more capital spending." In conclusion, while Tesla remains a very innovative company with the rollout of Model 3, there are many issues that it will have to overcome to continue to dominate the electric car market. The clock is definitely ticking, and time might soon run out for the Tesla investors. Elon Musk's leadership is very much in question. Tesla needs to become more efficient with production output, which in return will put itself one step closer to turning a profit and hopefully help ease the fears of investors and Wall Street. Our executive summary and history of Tesla were presented to you today by Ryan Stapleton. The goals and expectations of Tesla were presented by Tiffany Sage. Franklin Morris covered Where is Tesla Now, followed by Joanna Rivera with Tesla's Plan for Improvement. And lastly, Kelly Odom concluded with Change in Demand for Tesla. Thank you.